What's up, guys? Good evening. Today we are going to go over Naraka tips and tricks for movement on the controller. We're going to go over my settings, what I'm using, some recommendations, and also talk about why I use those settings. So when moving around in Naraka, to initiate your sprint from a walk, you're going to have to hit your dodge button and hold it. The hold is the hardest thing to get used to, I think, from someone who's never played the game before. It took me a little while to get used to holding my dodge, and that'll come in handy later once you get that down. So that's how you initiate sprinting in Naraka. Once we're running, you can see the speed at which we're running. It's pretty fast. It's definitely faster than walking, but we want to increase that speed a little bit, and there's two things you can add to your movement to help that. The first being charging your weapon attacks while sprinting. So when you charge your weapon attack, you go blue focus like that. But while you're sprinting and you charge, you'll notice you slide forward. We will slide all the way to him. And so that slide can help you close the gap on a lot of situations. To cancel that without just releasing an attack, we're going to go over here. So to cancel that slide without just releasing an attack at the end, you're going to have to hit your dodge button again in whatever direction you want to go from there. So, charge slide, over left. Charge slide, straight forward. Charge slide, over right. Charge slide, backwards. Whichever direction you want to go from there. That slide is going to help you move because it slides very fast. The animation to move into that slide is also what's giving you like a speed boost. So the quicker you get with it, you will charge, slide, cancel with dodge. And you can repeat that fast when you start practicing, right? Charge, slide, cancel. You're good to go. Now, what else you see me doing here is sliding on the ground. When you hit crouch while sprinting, it's going to make you slide. There's a animation at the end of the slide which kind of stutters you and almost takes away the speed that you've gained from that slide. So we want to cancel that animation with a jump. We're going to slide, jump, slide, jump, slide, jump, slide, jump, slide, jump. And I'll show you when we get over to this tree how this slide jump helps you move a lot faster, right? Here's the speed at which we're going around the tree pretty much now. And then when we slide, you notice it's a lot quicker. Now you can charge, slide, charge, cancel, slide, charge, cancel, slide. I'm glad that did that right there because we're going to talk about what happens and why that slide is used in multiple ways. When you're near your opponent, whether they're on your camera or not, your weapons are going to charge to them. If you're moving and he's not on my screen, it's going to find him because he's that close to me. When someone's within a certain radius, your weapons will track them in their position. So if you're trying to run away from this man and you charge a blue, you might be too close to him and it charges back at him. Say you're trying to dodge away from him, it charges back at him. So to get away, you're going to have to do that slide. So now you're going to do a slide and jump at the end. So you're right in somebody's face, dodge away, slide, jump. Slide, jump, slide, jump. You can hold it for a little while. Slide, jump. Slide, jump. Right? Ooh. You'll miss it, though, if you wait too long. Some people will do very short hops. Again, this is a short hop. If you hold your jump button, this is what's going to happen. Slide, jump, hold. Slide, jump, hold. Still fast, but you're losing some of that burst of speed when you can just do a short hop, which is just clicking your jump button really, really fast. So we're going to mix all that in now, starting from walking. We'll initiate sprint. We will charge our weapon, cancel it before we let off. Charge our weapon, cancel it. We'll do a slide, jump at the end. So now we can mix it together to move pretty quickly. You know, charge, cancel, slide, jump. Charge, cancel, slide, jump. And that will be some movement in Naraka. There's a couple things we want to talk about too, which we're going to talk about more in like the combat section. But when you're on any surface, so we can grab this surface here, you can charge, you can do a horizontal attack, and it's going to do what's called a scale rush. So a scale rush happens from any flat surface that you're hanging onto. You can rush down and attack your opponent. The longer that you hold it, the farther you go, until it enters a blue state and it becomes a focus attack, which is what the blue attacks are called. Let's go over settings and why I have them this way. Whoop. Go to button layout, controller, change the button. Here's where I'm going to remove myself from the screen for just one moment. Boop. And we're going to look at what I have on my buttons. So we have jump with the L1 button for me. I jump with the left bumper. That way my hands never have to come off the stick to touch X. Dodge and crouch. These are actually on my back paddle buttons. If you have paddles, it'll make things a lot easier. Move and camera, self-explanatory. The horizontal strike and the vertical strike for me are on the same side, on the right bumpers and trigger. Replace my weapons by clicking the button that I pick things up with and jumping. You can switch weapons with a single button now. Using meds and using items on the D-pads, grappling hook, we click the stick, my left stick in, and it initiates grapple. The other stick initiates my skill. Ultimate must be a combination of two buttons now, and for me, it is the same button I use to pick up things, as well as my vertical attack. I don't have lock bound. Lock is fantastic. You can use it to check people's armor and health, as well as keep a great view on them and focus on just fighting and your moves. The issue you'll find when using lock is that it takes away your ability to free control your camera, so that can be a little disorienting for some people. We aim with ranged weapons using down pad. Ranged shoot is the right trigger for me. Quick counter would be the left trigger for me. Map would be my select button. Emotes are on top D-pad. Bag is my start button, and repair weapons is X. Oh, whoa, whoa. We also have bag buttons, by the way. You want to change your bag buttons a little bit. That way, the other settings don't interfere with your bag buttons. I try to match my bag buttons to the same button that I'm picking things up with and moving things around, right? You want it to feel very fluid. So, welcome back. We're going to have a battle video coming out later, more about combat. The reason that I have the crouch on my back paddle is because the last thing we want to talk about, and you will find this happening to you when you're learning how to do the crouch jump, is that your camera will automatically try to focus to the front of you while you're doing your slide. So this is not me moving my camera. This is my camera automatically adjusting to where it's in front of me and it stops spinning around. If I look behind me at an opponent or something I'm running away from and I slide, the camera will every time adjust to the front. So you can see how it's a little choppy when you're trying to keep track of somebody who you might be sliding away from. It makes you jump the camera back like that and takes your hands off the stick. On the back buttons, it's a lot smoother, a lot more fluid, and I'm able to keep track of my opponent, even if they're behind me and I'm sliding away from them without the camera pulling back. So that's why I'd recommend the crouch button there. Makes the camera a lot more smooth, and you're going to need to see your opponent to fight them. I think that about covers basic movement. Learning how to sprint by holding dodge, charging your weapon and canceling it to keep running. And when you're out of mana or to refill your mana, you're going to want to slide and jump at the end and keep that momentum going. This can also be used when you're too close to an opponent and you know that initiating a blue focus would lock you onto them. Then you can slide and move away from them. Yo guys, I hope that helps. This was the movement video, the first one. I'm sure we'll talk about some movement tips and stuff as we go, like advanced tips. And we'll have some combat videos going down later. But first, you got to get your movement down. Once you have your movement, you can look at really applying some damage out there. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.